If George Santos can get investigated, charged, tried in court, and convicted, then all the other politicians doing similar crimes or worse crimes than him can also be investigated, charged, tried, and convicted and sent to prison. It's wild that uh, Santos is the only one to be sent to court for corruption and other crimes as a congressperson.
Former U.S. Representative George Santos was sentenced to more than 7 years in prison Friday and left sobbing as a judge handed down the punishment. The ex-congressman is also ordered to pay roughly $580,000 in penalties. Santos has until July 25th to surrender and begin his sentence.
Santos's blatant corruption is an affront to our electoral process, our representative government, and the people of New York's 3rd Congressional District. But today, and finally, Santos has been held accountable for his years of fraud, deceit, and theft.
Fraud, deceit, and theft is something a lot of politicians in Congress, a lot of our Congress people do. So why aren't they also held accountable for their crimes?
He's going to federal prison, and he's going to be punished for his staggering fraud.
It's far more than the 2-year minimum sentence Santos asked for, as he was charged with federal wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. Prosecutors say the crimes occurred during his 2022 run for the U.S. House of Representatives.
From the moment he declared his candidacy for Congress, Santos leveraged his campaign for his own enrichment and financial benefit. He did this by targeting specific supporters and constituents. He saw them as easy marks, and he made them victims of his fraud.
This is a typical, politician thing, find people easy enough to manipulate into voting for you, gain power and money, and then abuse your authority, or just drop out of the race once racked up enough donations and stuff in order to live off for the year or two.
Santos's victims were real people, and they suffered real losses. He went so far as to seek out elderly people who suffered from cognitive impairment and dementia.
Santos admitted to lying to donors and stealing the identities of multiple people, including family members. Prosecutors also say Santos acknowledged recently he never intended to reimburse the victims anytime soon. They say he spent the money he stole from victims to pay for lavish clothing and vacations.
Okay, so that's something Trump has done many times, where he's stolen from people or deceived people, like with one of his campaign donation attempts or whatever thing he was doing to get donations from people. He had them automatically sign up for multiple payments, so several people, tons of people, paid multiple times a month in donations without their knowledge. Yet nothing happens to Trump. Why is it that they're punishing Santos for his crimes, but all the other politicians doing the same things aren't being punished?
George Santos spent his brief career in public service conning donors, misleading his constituents, and defrauding the government. He told lie after lie until it caught up with him, until we caught up with him, and exposed him for what he truly was, an opportunist and a fraud. And come July 25th, George Santos will finally be where he belongs, behind bars, answering for these crimes.
During his sentencing, Santos says, "I offer my deepest apologies. I cannot rewrite the past, but I can control the road ahead. I have tried my best." The judge didn't buy it. asking Santos, "Where is your remorse? Where do I see it?" She also noted, "It's incredible Santos never used money made through social media appearances in the wake of his ousting from the House to reimburse the victims of his crimes." Santos's lawyer argued during the trial Santos faced struggles, including coming from a broken home and endured bullying as a gay man. The former New York congressman won a seat in the U.S. House as a Republican before being ousted in 2023 following a House Ethics Committee finding of uncharged and unlawful conduct.